Hello, welcome back to the Gamological Institute studios. Tonight we're going to hear from Professor Speckless. He has some interesting things he'd like to share about a particular character that he has researched in the archives. Well, hello, I'm Professor Speckless, and this evening I would like to share some rather interesting stories with you. You see, while roaming about in Kickstarter, I discovered a wonderful tome called The Middle Age by Steve Conley. Mr. Conley is a Harvard, Ringo, and Eisner nominee and winner of the Eagle Award. This collection, The Middle Age, is a collection of 101 of his webcomic episodes, wonderfully bound, hardcover, signed of course. A unique thing about webcomics, each page here represents an episode. It had to be self-contained. It had to begin, have some story continue, and had to have a tidy ending, you see. And so these are all assembled, 101 in here. Wonderful, had to have it for the archives. Then a year later, I was in there again, and lo, Volume 2 was released. More adventures, dragons. There was a wizard, of course, in the last one. Can't have a story without a wizard, you see. Again, we have wonderful illustrations. The story continues. What are these stories? The stories of Sir Quimp of Gralix and the sarcastic talking sword Maldicta, the Blade of Woe. So join us in those adventures. I highly recommend them. And then there I am in Kickstarter again. Always got to be looking. Keep the archives department current, you know. And then from Steve Conley's Astounding Space Thrills comic adventure series, also on the web, we have the Undersea Menace from the year 3200. It's the collected stories of Agrasy Smith and his science adventures. These were older comics, but he repurposed them for the Kickstarter, redigitized, coloration was brought forth. So some of his vintage comics were assembled into this, and of course, it had to go in the archives too. So highly recommended, and I hope you have the opportunity to enjoy them too. Very good. Back to you, Tony. Thanks so much, Professor, for sharing that with us. I've got to be heading out. There's more adventures to come. Thanks for joining us.